You got that video clip. Where do you want to start with the news today? I got a clip from Rustic Dragon for Hobloth. I've got, yeah, I finally got that clip, by the way.
You finally got it? Hold on.
That we can show, yes.
I've got it on my desktop, I think, still. Where is it? It was something.move. Except my desktop. Yeah, you don't ever want to see my desktop, ever. And I want to know what changed my desktop picture to Lenovo. That's my laptop. How did that ever actually happen? Oh, I think I know why. It's because I actually logged in it with my Windows 10 profile, and let's see. That was Richard Garriott gnawing on my arm. Where is this?
Need more monitors, Jack.
Well, I need to stop just dumping things on my desktop. Let's see. Yeah, so what else do you have going on besides that? There it is.
I'm Rustic Dragon.
Did you finally find the video?
Yeah, so hold on. Now we do need to tell certain people that you should never shoot video in portrait mode like this. Do it like this. Yes. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
I'm Rustic Dragon of the Hearth of Britannia, and this is New Britannia News Network. You should come to the Hobloth. Everything you need to know is at hearthofbritannia.com.
I like the fact that Casey got his sweet in there at the end. Sweet.
But
I just love the fact that in the background, if you actually pay attention to it, it's like a felt wall. It's a decorated felt wall.
speaking of decorations, saw the post out there. We want to go ahead and cover that for the good folks out there. Coming up Thursday, it is, I believe.
Yeah, Thursday between 1 and 2 at the Portalarium offices. We're going to be working on decorating their offices for the holidays. Since they do represent, the staff does represent a plethora of religions, it is going to be non-religious focus of some sort. So it's going to be, we're just trying to figure out what we're going to do for decorations right now. There is a PayPal account that's been set up that a couple of people have actually sent some money to. I would look at that post, but I have no idea which tab it was on, or even where it is.
Screen for the folks on my side. Basically, Casey's got a little post out there decorating Portalarium for Christmas and how you can be involved. And I'll put a link to that for everybody out there as well.
Yeah, I know one of the things that actually has been talked about is Winfield is going to be setting up a little fish tank in the Portalarium offices, and Dallas has agreed to feed the fish, and so that way we can actually go do real life fishing pictures in the Portalarium offices. I think we should stock it with some bass, some trout, some other things.
Oh. But only befitting of Winfield, of course, putting a fish tank in the office.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And that will be always a fond memory for everybody when they come in to look at it and know that came from none other than Winfield.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. We do have stuff going on. Let's see. Hold on.
Now, we also have, speaking of Winfield, we've got the All Player Towns Gathering coming up for release 24. Coming up this Sunday, December 13th, 1 to 3 p.m. is and
You're cutting out again, so.
yeah, figure that one out. The All Player Towns Gathering, Sunday, December 13th, 1 to 3. We'll be covering it live here on NBNN. If you're part of a player-owned town, you own a player-owned town, you have a group that runs an NPC town, this is a gathering for you to come talk about what's going on in your towns. So make sure you all check that out as well. I'm going to try and get a little clip with Winfield, see if I can't get him one night, sit down and do a little chat with him, and we'll get that on NBNN if we can, as a little preamble to that as well.
That sounds actually pretty cool, so.
Yeah, he's hoping to have it out at Mariah's
Out at Mariah Overlook in the
yes.
the Coliseum amphitheater thing.
Yes, exactly. Which should be pretty interesting, of course, because you're going to have some sentries to take care of the NPC baddies out there while this whole thing is going on. But it's a neutral point, as he points out, so that it doesn't intimidate anybody for being in somebody else's player-owned town. I don't think anybody has a problem with that, really, but good thoughts and good ideas there.
No, I mean, but since the community here sometimes will nitpick on certain things, like saying, and they do pay attention to a little bit of everything, saying that, you know what, the last 3 meetings have been in Paxlayer towns and you haven't visited my town. That's one where it's like, you know what, when Winfield's asking in the open Paxlayer and community meeting every week, hey, where are we going to do this meeting? If someone says, hey, you could do it in my town, if you're not at that meeting, you're never going to do it. So I think that he's doing that just to minimize some fears of some people that didn't show up to some meetings. And
well, and of course, if people want to say that, hey, what about my town? Of course, they need to be proactive as well, and put something together that can accommodate the amount of people that you expect to have one of these meetings. So.
Oh yeah, so.
But anyway, it's great stuff. Last one was real fun. Keep this one.
Less than 4 hours long. Less than 4 hours. Less than 2 hours long as well. And just because, the meeting was at 3 hours long on the schedule, and then the last hour and a half of the meeting was bug testing, essentially. But it got derailed relatively quickly, and there just needs to be a little bit more structure this time, please.
Yeah, well, the appearance of Lord British and taking questions, I think, was really unplanned, and that's where it all went.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, always fun to have Richard visiting in the game, and it's fun to capture that stuff for people to see what happens. I love this shit. So.
Oh yeah, it was cool. I had fun just being there.
Time. And we're going to get some more putting this video out there, gets it on YouTube and replays, and gets it on the NBNN Loop replay. But coming up June 1st through June 5th in Austin, Texas is the Hoblod 3 Hearth of Britannia, Lifeblood of the Hearth. And it's going to be an interesting event. I had my interview yesterday.
How did it go?
Oh, it went great. It was great.
Did you have to lick your nipples?
I did not, but I did so just to prove my willingness to do anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to ask Sienna how her interview went and whether or not she licked her nipples. Yeah, that was by far the funniest thing that I could have done to her, because she's like, oh my god, I'm so nervous about this interview, and it's, hold on.
What was the exact term?
Hold on, I have to scroll back. Let's see. It's like, it started off with I forgot to tell you this, but Rustic Dragon thought we were married, and then it's like, have no fear, you can do the same, chuckling I did, and she's like, what is the interview like? For some reason, he wants to see if people can lick their own nipples, and I said, good thing for man boobs. And then she's like, I'm nervous, and I told her that it's like, yeah, you've already met them, so it's essentially just shooting the shit and making sure that you're willing to complete quests, do things, and just have fun. And your expectations for Hobloth aren't going to be, I'm going to be in character 100%. And if I see someone that is not in character, they are going to destroy my immersion. It's like, I'm sorry to say, but like the funny part about like Hobloth and Ultima and Shroud of the Avatar is that when you step through the portal, you are still yourself. And so the entire concept of the Avatar is you are a manifestation of yourself. So even though you can take on additional skills, so you can become the magic user, the fighter, or whatever, it's all about having fun and just like playing around. In this year, the Lifeblood of the Hearth is going to be in Buccaneer's Den, which is everybody's favorite city from Ultima Online, because I loved banking at Bucks.
I always loved Buckstan. Always an intriguing place to go, and you never know what was going to happen out there. But yes, I see Sienna Thorne has passed the muster. She is a
that is good.
attendee on the guest list. We have 8
okay.
confirmed attendees, 92 remaining slots, 54 applicants pending or / payment.
Yeah, so my payment is in the mail for Rustic, so hopefully that will show up. Rustic has had some issues with PayPal in the past, to where as soon as you hit the approximate dollar figure is about $10,000, where they shut down your account. And when they do that, it's like, then they do an investigation. And since he is paying for most everything out of his own pocket right now, that's the only way that he can actually be reimbursed. So he prefers people to actually write checks.
I did not know that. Did not know that. Apparently you got my payment back, so.
Okay. Yeah. I wrote him a check. So I was going to PayPal, but I wrote him a check.
Show you something else. I don't know if you've seen this, but hang on a second. I gotta find it. What page it's on, and I can never get back to it, but I'll look for it and I'll show it to you in just a minute. While I'm looking for this, why don't you go ahead and check out yesterday's stand-up corner. I swear Starr is joking with us.
Hold on, let's see.
And you're going to get a laugh. I'm just going to say it up front until you get to the bottom. And you read what Starr is working on. You're going to frickin' die laughing. You're just going to, I mean, it's just too freaking funny.
I'm looking at it right now.
I swear they're joking with us.
No, they remember, that is something that we have said before. So remember, the stand-up corner you can always get to by going to the Shroud of the Avatar forums and then just clicking on, hold on, let me do it for you. On the Shroud of the Avatar forums, just the very first top thread and the very first post. So, and just go to the last page unless you want to read every single thing that the devs are working, and just scroll all the way down to the bottom. So, Starr has put on there town siege design and die direction and update support and lockdown direction. Now, like I said yesterday, town sieges is something that they have had planned and they have had discussions about. Now, this actually comes into play because Guild Warfare is going into release 25. So with Guild Warfare, town sieges would be the next step up for it. And the town sieges is not supposed to be like NPC or player-owned town sieges. That can take place via player-owned towns, but this is NPC towns that are going to be sieged, which is partially related to the story. So that's actually really cool. Now, let's see. Let's look at what's going on. Bob Cooksey is working on Snowman, so that'll probably end up in the add-on store. Bryn Wilson is working on Move Blend Trees, so the more blending done to the trees, the more unique each tree looks, the better it is for our environment, so it looks more realistic. Jeff Mellon's working on Dyes and Demons. Hopefully those demons really start showing up soon. Kevin Wells, non-armor dyeables and hats and bugs. So more clothes. We definitely need more clothes for people that are doing role-playing stuff, or they don't want to sit there and wear the same clothes all the time. So, and let's say Leo Taylor. Wait. Have we discussed that name? Yeah, Leo's one of the new guys. The other one was, I forgot. But Leo's working on sound tracking, documentation, and pipeline, and weather sounds and spiders. If he ever changes the barking crocodile, I'm going to be sad. Matt Schmitz is working on demons and trolls and cows. So, I mean, this is one of the things where I know I've talked about it, and I know you've agreed with me, but we need a bigger bestiary just so that way every single scene and every single area can actually have some unique aspects to it. So
I'm going to hope we're not going to have a pleather cow anymore.
You don't like the pleather cow? I love the pleather cow. Not just because I actually went over when I was at the offices dropping off beer one day. I was making jokes about the pleather cow and the source of all things pleather. And I said that I needed some pleather pants that shine just as much as the cow.
Hey, we have scorpions, so you never know. Pleather cow may be possible. Now, somebody came up with a really great idea last night. We were out killing the ghost scorpion, and the ghost scorpion you cannot skin. And somebody said it would be really cool that if you could skin the ghost scorpion and get hides off of it, you would be able to tailor like the gossamer cloak, except in ghost scorpion with the red tint that the ghost scorpion has for its hue. And I said, wow, that was a really great idea.
That would be really cool. You just have to write that suggestion up and post it on the forums. The devs do take the time to read every single forum post and respond to it. Sometimes you think that just because you've spent a lot of money that they'll actually do something for you, but no. A lot of the times it's the $45 accounts that actually get listened to because they're the ones bringing more interesting conversations to the table, kind of like your favorite story about a $45 backer. If you want to repeat that. Yeah, Briar Vesper.
Briar Vesper. One little guy who came in, got the attention of Lord British, and got to sit down and have a whole big wide treaty with buffs and food and cooking and the whole run of the mill. And the boy had that he was running thanks to the
You're cutting out again.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out. But anyway.
Yeah, but the fact that they actually turn around and they actually listen to the $45 account holders, and they don't always listen to what some people call in the community a whale, and the large investments. They don't do that. They try to figure out what is best for the community, what is actually going to be low-hanging fruit that possibly could be an addition to the game, or something that actually affects everybody. Most of the time that the whale suggestions are only really support a very small number of people. Like during the dev hangouts, what I think is funny is, yeah, it's like, when is the Duke Plus customized head coming into the game? You know what? Who cares? I know it's a pledge reward, but it's like that custom head, it will get here eventually. It's not that big, and each one of those custom heads has to be done very custom. And since people are still selling accounts, you know what? It's like, that's another reason to actually put off that custom head as well.
Yeah, I'm in no rush.
So,
I've been
yeah.
planning on taking pictures for it, and I'm going, I got time. We got time.
Yeah, so, let's see. Yeah, say it.
Sure, submitted at least, in a timely fashion.
Oh, yeah.
So do go ahead and get those when the time comes to get it all programmed in.
Yep.
Just for those folks who have that reward out there.
Yeah, so let's look at some of the other things that are listed on the stand-up corner. We have Dan Brennan working on patrol spawns and harvesting and North Brightbone polish. I like the idea of the patrol spawns where people or things spawn in waves, and they spawn at near one of the exits of the scene, and then they go to a certain place. I like that idea a lot better than just randomly making magical monsters appear where something died. So the sooner that gets into the game, the better. And I do like the fact that most of the scenes are designed for 2 parties of 8. So 16 players in the scene. I wish it was probably a little bit bigger, 48 players per scene, so that way you'd have even more expansive scenes, because the scenes I think are relatively small. I don't know your thoughts on the scene sizes.
Some, I mean, we all know they're all the same heads. I've noticed some seem smaller than others. Of course, random encounters we know are a lot smaller.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part, several scenes I still get lost in, for crying out loud.
Well, that's because you can't remember where you put your pants.
Yeah, CRS syndrome.
I know.
That's why I'm not wearing any pants.
Okay, yeah.
Never mind. We won't talk about it.
It's a good thing that Twitch has that policy. Must wear clothes on the chest up. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to more of the Dev Plus corner. Let's see. Gina's working on community service. Richard Matey's working on Kiln world building and North Verdanus Footfalls. I love the fact that it's like Kiln is going to be another NPC town. Scott's working on the characters, translation director, and tutorial polish. North Verdanus Foothills is another scene that's coming out. And Steve's working on airy and high priority release 25 Jira tasks. So don't know what those tasks are, but so that's 2 different NPC cities, as well as at least another scene we can look forward to soon. So why are you sending me a link to Hobloth?
I want you to scroll on.
Okay, hold on. You want me to scroll down to what?
To scroll down to the building sponsorships.
Okay, let's see.
In particular, the Provisioners building sponsorship.
Oh, yes. I like that. The Provisioner is being sponsored by NBNN's Lunch with Laz and Jack show. That is awesome.
And I figured the Provisioner would be, just a place where people would happen to go hang out, and I thought that would be a great place, base events off of once we get there.
Yeah, I love the fact that the Fallen Virgin Tavern is being sponsored by, on behalf of the Bear Tavern. So I love that. So the Fallen Virgin Tavern is the tavern in Buccaneers Den. I love the name of that tavern too. The Fallen Virgin. If I open a bar, I'm going to call it the Fallen Virgin.
There you go.
That is awesome. I was thinking that maybe we should do like a quest for the NBNN newsletter, and we can like make up some like little things to have people go collect some like dye, so some ink dyes and some other things. But that's a conversation for off air, which would actually be kind of cool. And then at the end, we can print out a newsletter and hand it out to people. So.
A lot of time to plan for this, but I just figured you'd like to know that the NBNN show with Laz and Jack is being sponsored, and we'll be there live at Hobloth as well. And we're going to try and bring you some stuff. And we're going to, we even discussed doing a show for the folks there while we're there, and do the lunch with Laz and Jack at Hobloth. So we'll talk about all that as time goes on. It's going to be a fun event. So.
Yep, and we get to do some town criering, so go out.
Yeah,
it's like
I even told Rusty Greg, and I says, people want to use us for their other quests that maybe they have to seek out.
Yep.
Quests. Looking forward.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's go back to stand-up corner. Justin's working on awesome stuff and bugs. Ken is working on Rent. Tassilo is working on the account page refactor. I don't know if you've logged into your account page lately, but it has changed significantly. So, yes. I'm not going to log into my account and show that because it's got account information. So yeah.
Well, you can show it without showing the account information. If you set it up right.
Yeah. I can't do it with my Garriott account. You know what? I've got an account with nothing on it. And now there's a confirmation to log out as well. And I don't have enough scroll room on this one. So I can't do it.
Hang on a second. Yeah, I'll log in on a different account as well.
Yeah, I won't be able to do it on mine without displaying my account information, so.
Yeah,
Would hate for someone to hijack my account, so. But they have gone to tabs for almost everything, which is actually really good. Now, I also have some news. I don't know whether or not you've actually seen this or not, but Realmwares is not available anymore. That was Blake Blackstone's web store, so he has taken that down. So Realmwares, yeah. I think he already pulled the plug on it, so. And he was using Shopify, so he was paying those monthly fees for that, so.
And no shop is currently available. God.
Yeah, so that is unfortunate. I mean, he had some great things on there. I do wish Blake the best. But, yeah.
Pulled the plug altogether on it.
Yeah, next time you're in Austin, Blake, hit me up and we'll go grab a beer. Let's see, what else do we have on the schedule? We do have, let's see, agriculture, architecture, and polish. Yes. So, yes, at least apple trees. I think that we need lots of everything just for agriculture. Just that way, I don't know how we're going to actually set up the lots for agriculture or how it's going to be done. So I'm kind of curious about that. and what kind of maintenance agriculture will actually need. I know that lots of people will be testing that as soon as it hits the QA server. For those that are Dev Plus and above, they can log in and check that, and that should be next week some point in time. Let's see. Chris is working on Perforce cleanup. Updated the avatar. Yes. Oh yes, it is his birthday. I did make a post and say there's a beer in the fridge for him.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't place a beer. Yeah, so it might be slightly redundant. I did not take any beer up there. So Michael Hutchinson's working on update support, agriculture, and crafting assets. Richard Garriott's played testing, leads meeting, and general business. Rick is working on world building tasks and Hilt Fortress screenplay and town siege design and die direction. So that's what we started off this conversation about. And let's see if they've updated it for today. Nope. No updates for today yet.
I just find it, it just happened. And then, of course, later on in the day, it came out with Town Siege and Dies, and I just had to get a good kick out of it.
Well, you have to remember the stand-up corner is like at 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that. It only takes a couple of minutes where everybody goes around the room and says what they're working on, and then it's up to Rick normally to go around and actually write it up. So we do know the days that Starr takes over, he actually just turns around, puts it out there as soon as possible. Rick just generally goes back to work and gets to it when he gets to it. So, but we do love these guys. I think they're doing a great job. I know you think they're doing a great job.
I love everything I see day by day here.
Yeah, so I mean, it is improving significantly. It is changing. It is not a persistent world yet. I mean, everything is changing. They may even end up moving some scenes around. We don't know what's going on. I remember we're going to probably have a wipe in release 25, or not release 25, release 26, but we don't know that yet. So
No, there's going to be a wipe in January. We know that.
it's not on the schedule because we haven't seen the schedule yet.
Well, first quarter. True. We've been told to be ready for a wipe.
Oh yeah, and we always expect a wipe. And
We're ready.
yeah, and they do have that caveat in there anyways, that if they actually have a need to actually do a wipe, they will do it. So if they have to change a massive game system and they need to test it, they will go ahead and do a wipe then. So right now the world's been pretty persistent for 3 months at a time. So it's all good.
Yes, it is. All is good in the status of the world right now. I haven't been hearing a whole lot of complaints out of people over anything. This is probably, and I'm just going to take a quick peek. Nice amount of people online.
So yeah,
Usually, at this point in the release, people are usually winding down. Now, of course, we are coming up on the Christmas holiday.
oh yeah.
We are coming.
And your college students are actually dealing with finals this week, I believe. So I don't have anywhere near as many friends as you do, and most of my friends play at night. So
We're about 9 days away from the next release. Usually it gets a little quiet, but I've noticed that a lot more people have been active this past release and are more active later on into the release this time around. And I've heard a lot of comments from the locals about it as well, noticing that there's a bigger influx of players running around comparatively to previous builds.
oh yeah, I think as we come closer to alpha and beta and live, we will see an uptick in the number of players that are playing. I think that's awesome. I think the more people that we get in here, the better testing that we can actually do. So that way we can actually help them improve performance. because the last thing we want is launch day happens and all the servers crash left and right. So we need to test that. We need to make sure that their architecture is sound.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, I'd like to give a shout out, of course, to our friend and buddy, Relics by Rild out there.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for some good soda swag. Rild's got it. He's got everything from caps to shirts to coins to drinkware. And, of course, if you use the special promotional phrase NBNN, you'll get 10% off of your order through.
Yeah, I'm not wearing my Relics by Rild swag today. I'm wearing the Relax t-shirt, so if you'd like, you can always relax. Or you can turn around and go to Relics by Rild, and you can get one of those sexy Shroud of the Avatar shirts. I personally prefer the grays. I know you prefer the grays as well, just because it's a thinner, lighter material.
Yes, December 17th is when Release 25 is going live.
Yes. Yes, Etheric, thank you for watching the channel. So, and we do hope to answer any questions that anybody has from two guys that sit around and read way too much.
Yes. Now, of course, if you'd like to join us and come talk to us on the show, tell us about what's going on in your world. You got a shop, you got a talk about, you want something, get out there and tell the good.
You can, yes.
Go ahead, Jack. I'll let you give them that information.
Yeah, you're starting to cut out a little bit. Just go to nbnn.info and click on the big red button that's in the middle of the page that says Join Us in TeamSpeak. And then just float on down to the NBNN News channel. Our TeamSpeak server is brought to us by our friends over at Bane Gaming and the Bane Gaming Alliance. So they are essentially an EVE community that also has a Shroud of the Avatar community as well.
Yes, absolutely.
I am not a member of Bane Gaming, so I've never played EVE.
Well, just being a member of Shroud of the Avatar here in the Bane Gaming servers makes you a member of Bane Gaming.
Oh, yes. Since I do have that little community leader server group assignment, yeah. No, but we do hang out in TeamSpeak almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you ever have a question or you just want to shoot the shit when we are not on air, you can always come into TeamSpeak. And if we are here, we will answer any of your questions. So the more information you have, the better we think you are as a consumer as well as a player. So we do not want any gotchas to be out there.
Yes. Now, speaking of that, the amount of information that's out there is mind-blowing. And I had somebody come to me with a concern about information. And just wanted to touch on it. While there is a lot of information available out there to you, nobody is just going to hand it to you, except Paul OX. You need to interact with the community. You need to follow the postmortems. At the very least, get in and talk to people in the game. You're not going to find out where the really great sites to go questing and make shit tons of gold. You're not going to know where to find the best gathering unless you ask around. Unless you want to spend 6 months, trying by trial and error. But this community is so awesome that the information is available at your fingertips. And there for the asking. You just got to reach out and touch somebody, basically.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, the Soda Wiki has got a load of information on most anything that you could think of. So, ask about it,
So,
you're not going to know where to just because you're standing around Owl's Head, and you're just not going to get that information by standing there.
now there is actually a cool thing. I don't know if you remember this in game or not, but if you type in /SodaWiki and then a topic, it will actually launch the wiki website.
That I've actually programmed that to use so I can tell folks about my towns. So if you do a
So-
/wiki/Snug Harbor.
Why would I want to look at Snug Harbor when I could just go to snugharbor.info?
Well, because you know about Snug Harbor.
Oh, okay. And for some reason, my TV is watching VH1 Classic, and I'm watching Rico Suave.
Rico Suave.
Yeah.
That Radio Free Britannia.
I'm just laughing at it. Now, let's see. What else do we need to talk about today? I mean, we've already discussed Hobloth. We have both been provisionally accepted. I'm still waiting for my payment to go through. Remember, that is limited to 100 people. It is going to be on Richard's property in Austin, so 65 acres of fun on Town Lake in Austin, Texas, or actually Lady Bird Lake now, because that's the new name.
Big Dragon is turning it into Buccaneer's Den for the week.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it actually takes place at Castleton, which is a small, like, little village. Although the buildings are not life size, they're small buildings. But he does have some tree houses on the property. Yeah, he does have. The tree houses are really cool. So.
The whole place is cool, and I'm looking forward to being able to see more of it. Last we were there, of course, was for the night at the theater.
Oh yeah. And when it was still light, and I wanted to take you on a quick tour, you're like, I don't want to go yet. It's like you missed out.
I didn't realize it was going to get dark that quick.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have plenty of time to make up for it here in July, so not going to worry about that.
Yeah. Don't you mean June?
June, July.
It's all it's all good. It's all good. So I release 25. I'm looking forward to Guild Warfare. I really think that, like, the game really needs more PvP and better ideas on what to do with PvP. But that's my personal opinion. I know that you are not a huge fan of PvP, but I see it as what made UO so great in those early days.
Yeah, well, I'm not that I'm not a fan. Lazarus doesn't PvP. I never said I wasn't a fan.
Did you? Oh, you've never heard Winfield's story about how he actually started out. I wish Winfield was here to tell us about it or retell the story.
It's in the videotape.
Okay, where the original, it's like he started going out,
Fishing and true gold and fishing.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and selling fish.
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that was just hilarious. The fact that he ended up having, like, the PKers, some of them defending him from the other PKers, and so it's just an interesting concept. It's like, how do you deal with aggression? Because we do not live in a safe and sane world. So it's like, how do you respond?
I don't know. Let's respond by moseying our way over towards the calendar, since we're getting to be about that time of year.
Oh yeah, I was actually looking at a Dev Plus post from Q-Ball about cloth, although I shouldn't read it.
No, you can't read that on here.
I know. They might ban one of my accounts from the forums. Okay, so remember, in order to look at the schedule, just go to nbnn.info. Although I shouldn't. And then click on the calendar button. And the audio started playing. Remember, today is Tuesday, December 8th in the real world. But Tuesday, December 8th in game world as well. Although the game date is completely different. All times are Central Standard Time, which is New Britannia time. So if you ever see something written as NBT, that means New Britannia time. So let's go ahead and go over the schedule for today. Today's 2 for Tuesday on Avatars Radio with DJ Celine between 2 and 4. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not in New York. So, Yeah, Tufa. So at 2 p.m. while you're listening to Avatars Radio, you can always go join Sean Silverfoot and Pax Slayer and talk about the Pax Slayer community and guild, and it is more of a community. At 4 p.m. on Avatars Radio, we have DJ Eclipse Maiden. At 6, she's on the air between 4 and 6. At 6 p.m., we have Dr. DJ Sully with Faster and Louder. While you're listening to Avatars Radio, you can always join the Novian Academy's New Citizen Outreach with Kazan Phoenix Fire, where he hangs out in Soultown and tries to recruit for the Phoenix Republic. Let's see. At 8 p.m., DJ Lady Addie with 80s and More, followed by Ember Flame, which is Amber Rain's alter ego, doing her temper tantrum tea days, since it is Tuesday.
Temper tantrum Tuesday, that's right.
Yeah, so it's time to throw a temper tantrum, and she'll probably be rocking out. And that's all the events in the calendar for today, Tuesday, December 8th, in Shroud of the Avatar. Anything you want to add to that?
No, just a slow day for Wednesday. Again,
You mean Tuesday? Tuesday and Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are generally really slow in-game historically. So as we get closer to release, more people will actually start adding more things onto the calendar, and more events will actually happen. Our busy days in-game are always going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's, if you have an event, that's probably the time that you're going to plan it, because you really want lots and lots of people to show up.
We're getting wet.
Yes, it is raining in Shroud of the Avatar right now, so...
And it is, what day is Thursday?
It is Thursday, July 19th, summer 476, post-cataclysm.
In the evening, when what?
Yes.
Anticipation and light winds. I'd love to know who wrote all that. See, this is where the moon thing actually becomes a little bit confusing, because there's supposed to be 2 moons, and now we're dealt with the shattered moon, and how is the shattered moon going to be a waxing crescent? So there should be 2 moon forecasts in there. Point.
Yeah, so...
We're going to have to follow up on the tier theory and
yeah, which means I actually need to get in game and actually pay attention to the heavens.
I had, while we're here and we got another minute or two, I had a couple folks even ask me, "Hey man, where's Jack Frost been? Why hasn't he been out adventuring and streaming like he has been lately? You want to address that one, maybe?"
Well, I do need to get back out there. Unfortunately, some of my other gaming buddies have been like suckering me into playing Counter-Strike at night, and so I've been killing lots of people.
Yeah, actually, I had a couple people ask me, so I said, "No, I gotta ask Jack. I can't talk for him."
No, I know I need to get back to doing that, just because it is actually the best way to explore and understand the game and the game mechanics, is to go out and do it, and while doing it, have people ask you questions like, how do you do this? And then try to understand those concepts. So I need to make more time when I'm not working to do some streaming of Shroud of the Avatar gameplay. So that is my bad, because I'm still a wet toilet paper or wet tissue here, single ply at that. So I only have 153 hit points, single ply. Yeah, not even this is the worst stuff ever.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know. Chafing will occur.
Alrighty, Jack, let's go ahead and wrap it up for today. We only got a couple minutes left, and we can go ahead being rushed last minute.
Okay, so first and foremost, we need to thank the community for allowing us to do this, and thank you for watching, listening on Radio Free Britannia. Remember, you can do that in game, Radio Free Britannia, and click play, or go to rfb-db.com or radiofreebritannia.com. Did I mess that one up?
WRFB.rocks.
Oh, sorry. Dobby, RFB, yeah.
DB is just the
Call sign, yeah. Sorry. I thought you registered everything, so. Yes, WRFB.rocks. So, then after that, we also need to say that if you're watching us live on either Twitch or YouTube, thank you for watching. Remember, this video will be archived on YouTube momentarily on the Cinesist channel. Thank you, everybody, for follows, a little bit of everything. We do love you. We missed Casey today. We missed a few other people on TeamSpeak with us.
probably busy in the kitchen baking.
Yes.
Thursday's decorating party.
Yeah, so Thursday I'm going to have to decorate and dash. Or, I'm sorry, do the show and dash and go do some decoration. Yeah.
Absolutely. Alrighty, folks. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us today. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We do love you.
And stay tuned to NBNN for more news, sports, information, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, anything else we can bring to you. Remember to watch us on nbnn.info. You can catch the reruns there on YouTube, on Twitch, and of course, freebritannia.com. Every afternoon we do replays of the shows across the board for those of you folks who are international and can't catch us live. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you all again tomorrow.
Love you, baby. Bye-bye.